So what's the most you guys have ever spent on a game or a hobby at the entry level? Maybe $10, $50, $60, or $70 even, maybe even $100, I don't know. But I'm asking this because recently I just saw a report or headline about GTA 6 and how Rockstar wants to price the base game at $100. And it surprised me because, look, I get it. Rockstar has literally put billions of dollars into making GTA 6, and obviously they want to get the money back from the game. Here's the thing though. GTA 5 base game back in 2013 to like 2020 has already sold so many copies at that time. I think 1 billion or somewhere close to that, and that's just with it costing $50 or $60, a fraction of what they want to price GTA 6 at. So all I'm saying is that Rockstar, regardless, will sell like crazy whether the game costs $100 or $60 or $50, and that's not even accounting for the pirated versions and all the different versions of the games that have come out in the last 10-12 years of GTA 5 being out. We've had the Xbox 360 version, the OG version, the PC version, the PS4 version, then we have the PS5 version and the enhanced edition. We've also just recently released the PC enhanced version again, so you can see just without even how many versions have been released that GTA 5 was just going to keep making a lot of money for Rockstar. But do you guys remember those midnight releases back in the day where people would camp out and wait at game stores to buy a new hyped popular game? That is exactly what is going to happen when GTA 6 drops on digital platforms, real life stores. It's going to be crazy. But anyway, what I really wanted to say in this video is why GTA 6 absolutely cannot cost $100, and talk about the ramifications of what would happen if the base game costs that much and how it would affect other companies and games and gaming as a whole. Well, for one, if GTA 6 comes out at $100, it might change the gaming industry's pricing model. I mean, think about it. A big company like Rockstar releases another one of the biggest games in their catalog and prices it at $100, and let's say it works and people still buy the game. Other AAA game studios and companies will now have the balls to try and be like Rockstar and start way overpricing their games. I mean, imagine EA, Ubisoft or the other COD studios releasing an average semi-finished unpolished game, and the base price for the normal basic game would be $100. That is a hell that I don't want to experience, and I could probably say that you or no one else wants to experience also. On the other hand though, with the outreach that would actually happen and is already happening, this can cause the devs to think twice about how they price their games. So with that, this can potentially cause game devs to go in another route with their monetization schemes, like longer in-game purchases, i.e. shock cards. And that's another thing. If they actually do make GTA 6 $100, personally I hope they get rid of, or at the very least reduce how much shock cards cost and make it manageable and reasonable to be able to level up at a good pace in GTA 6 Online. And also they should fix the GTA Online economy and actually make it so that everything doesn't cost a fortune, and maybe players earn less even with higher levels. I don't know really, but there are some people I've seen online on Reddit actually who think that GTA 6 costing $100 would be justifiable and makes sense because of just how huge the game is, and also given the technology going into it and how long we'll be playing the game too. I mean, we've already been playing GTA 5 for 10 plus years, so we'll also be expecting to play GTA 6 for around the same time also. But personally, I don't think that any game out there made should even pass $60, let alone be $100, and I'm scared that that is what the future has in store for us. I think that if this happens, it will be way worse for digital only gamers or people who like having a physical copy and other multiple copies of the same game over other multiple platforms. Now, when they already cost $50 to $60, it's already bad enough, and companies like Ubisoft saying get comfortable with not owning your games, it's scary out there. I mean, spending $100 on something that could be taken from me in a few years by the game companies is a hell of a lot worse than spending the already high amount of $50, $60, even $70 on a game. But at least I would own the game, and that it wouldn't be discontinued after a few years of me playing it and owning it. And another problem that would arise from this would be with the quality of majority games these days taking such a huge nosedive, whether the games are held back from their true potential on purpose so that the studios can sell the DLCs, or against the devs saying it's not ready yet but they still have to meet deadlines. Now, you and I know that GTA 6 has been in the works for a long time, and that hopefully when it releases, it won't be that type of game, or it can't be that type of game. Rockstar won't release its biggest game unfinished. But with other studios, this is typically the case, and I don't want to point fingers or name names, but you know the studios I'm talking about, and it's very much a widespread and huge problem across the industry. So, if people are expected to drop a whole 100 on a game with the launch now fixing 30 patches over the years later mentality, it's not going to go well, and hopefully the majority of people won't fall for this and will complain and not give any money to these companies. There are some counter arguments though, no matter how crazy it seems. Maybe how much time you spend playing the game equating to its value. Say you play a game for 100 hours or so, you could see that the value then would be $100 to you and your own personal experience. But here's the thing, that is your own personal experience and own thoughts. And no matter how good a game is or how long you spent playing the game, remember, this is a business still, and at the end of the day, it's a big one. So off a couple of people's experiences and hours, that should not be enough to change a whole industry's price model, because you also have to remember that people's situations are different. Hell, I've had a PS2 and Xbox 360 for I don't know how many years now, and I still can't afford to buy a PS5 or build a good PC, and I'm still playing games from 10-20 years ago, and I enjoy them and I own them because now I have this free time that I didn't have back then. But I still wanted to own them so that when I do have that free time, or when I do get it, I can play it at a later date and just enjoy the product that I bought. So while video games are a luxury and not really a necessity, that does not mean that they should cost premium prices. Because I remember when games used to be just a nice fairly average price, or more on the cheaper side of being a fun hobby and thing to do, and a very easy hobby to get into, and just a nice way for people to relax. Because all I'm saying is, with us already having to drop so much money on consoles, controllers and basic setups and such, there's already so much spent on just getting hardware in order to game these days. So with a game costing $100, it just adds a lot more onto the smaller struggle of it. Also, if GTA 6 is the greatest game ever made, charging that high of a price, even if it is worth every penny, will only open the floodgates to much more studios which will use that as an excuse to take advantage of consumers. And this isn't going to be just big developers doing this. The trend is going to trickle down, and then we'll eventually see indie devs start to price their games like this. So it's going to be a ripple effect. If GTA 6 costs $100, other AAA games will start costing $100, and now the mid games will cost around the $50, $60, $70 price range, and then the indie games will go up from the relatively easy cheaper price to now $30, $40, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, I mean, the whole landscape of gaming is kind of in Rockstar's hand right now, and that could change at the exact millisecond that GTA 6 launches. Though I think if it's multiple versions that come out and they cost different prices from 50 to 70 to 100, then I guess that would be more fair. But I mean, I don't like how every game that drops nowadays has to have 70 different versions that cost different prices. I don't know, man, but it's just a greedy scheme. I just want one singular game with everything attached. And if they do decide to make more content in the future, then that's when I'll be like, okay, this is DLC. I guess I'll buy it. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about this. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that. And tell me if you think that GTA 6 might actually cost $100 on release and what you think about that. I also wanted to say that we're so close to hitting 200 subscribers. Please subscribe if you're new. Let's get to actually like 220 subscribers by I don't know when, but let's do it. We're very close. So yeah, thank you for watching and bye.